I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Ava.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kara.
Yo, this is Reno.
Hello, I'm Brandy.
They call me Pride Slayer.
I'm Bon Manuel.
And we are the Inner Idiot.
Podcast you're about to listen to has crude language, violence, and other things you probably shouldn't let your children listen to. Please enjoy.
Drop what you're doing.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Swallow what you're chewing, because it ain't wet from sweat, and we ain't done yet. Welcome to the show where we just want to touch your insides, people. And when I say touch your insides, you know exactly what I mean. Well, yeah, we're the Inner Idiot Podcast. Thanks for sticking with us and junk and stuff and things and whatnot. I'm your host, the big, the bald, the beautiful, the brash, the bumbling, and the oftentimes bastardly MC Tyler Havlin. And I'm mentally ill, but I'm here to thrill.
I got some sad news, Ty, real quick.
What?
I'm suffering from allergies right now, so I can't woo.
You can't woo?
I can't woo.
Man.
I know. I just tried it.
Does it like crackle? Is that what happens?
It doesn't happen. I can't make the high pitch sounds.
Oh no.
I know. I can go woo.
We can just do a woo. An unenthusiastic woo.
Yeah.
All right.
2 claps and a dick fire.
Woo. Next up, he is the Lord that's never bored. His allergies are flaring, but it doesn't matter. He's still wooing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been packing kitty and grabbing titty since 1991, ladies. Is that the right year? That's the right year. I haven't had to ask that in a while, but my brain's been fried lately. What?
It's okay.
It's okay. 2 claps and an unenthusiastic dick fire for Lord Shorty Fresh in the Flesh.
Woo.
That is a very sad woo, Emily.
It's okay. I've had sad woos before, and by golly, I'll have them again.
Yeah. The sad woos happen from time to time. All right, so I've been having this really, really odd reoccurring dream.
All right.
And in this dream, like, the events leading up to the odd moment are always a little different. But the outcome, like where I end up and where I end up waking up from this dream, is always the same. And this is not the fighting the bear on the plane dream.
Thank God.
I haven't had that one in a couple weeks.
Thank God.
Oh, you'll be asking for the bear on the plane dream once I tell you about this. So, what is it about vampires that is like sexy? Is it like the fangs? Is it the thought that they're dangerous?
I think that's the allure.
Because
then they're going to stay looking the same. So, like, once they're hot, they're always hot.
That is true. Well, in this dream,
do you think vampires' tits sag?
They have healing powers. I don't think they would.
I understand that. Does that mean male vampires, like, does that reverse their circumcision?
I wonder. Are all vampires wearing a turtleneck? These
are the questions we need to be asking.
But were they circumcised before they became a vampire?
I don't know.
Maybe it's.
I mean, if we go by the like history of when like Dracula and all that stuff, like that's after Christ. So like, and there were Jews. Now I don't know if the Jewish tradition of circumcision made it that far west yet, but
Emily says it's the outfits.
Possibly Victorian outfits.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
They did wonders for the female anatomy, at least visually. I'm sure it was probably pretty painful.
And I imagine it's very hard to get dressed.
Yes. All right. Anyways, in this dream, I always find myself walking through a building full of vampires. Vampires all around me. And I'm walking through them. And while I'm walking through them, I'm gagging my girth worm. I am walking through a crowd of vampires jerking off. That is the dream.
You're beating it around all these. And you're just
While I'm walking.
Oh.
At that. I'm multitasking.
Are you slow jerking it? Just like, sweet.
No, like I'm going to town at it. Like,
fucking, are you on a mission? Who are you looking for?
I don't know, but for some reason in my dream, I say they won't notice, or they're vampires. They won't care. But then I wake up. Always.
I don't think that's how that works.
But isn't that really strange? That's like a really weird reoccurring dream to have. I think there's something wrong with me.
And that is, to me, better than the bear one.
Really?
Yeah, because you insist upon the fact that you could figure out how to fight a bear from learning from something from it. Which is fun. No, you couldn't. You're dumb. It's okay. You're just dumb.
It's okay. You're just dumb.
Yeah, it's all right. I get it. You're fucking stupid. But anyway. No, like this dream for me, just because you're like, I'm not learning anything from the dream because you already know how to jack it. And if there's a hallway, you would probably jack it down that hallway.
I probably have.
Probably. Saying bite me, mama. This is fine. Like, you need to learn nothing from this dream other than the fact maybe you need to find a hallway full of vampires. I don't know what to
It's not even a hallway, though. It's like a big room, like a grand room. And they're all walking around, and none of them are kind of like batting an eye at me doing it.
I mean, they've been alive for, let's presume they've been alive for like 300 years. They've seen a lot. You know what I mean? Like, some homie jacking it, not a big deal. Like,
but while walking, though, that's weird. Like,
I think it's weird because, like, if you're really getting it, you know how, like, if you're standing up or even, like, whatever, you're kind of hunched in there, fucking getting it, you know what I mean? Like, you're not sitting there with your back stretched out.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like, I'm walking normal.
Fucking getting it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to...
How are you, like, not... you know what I'm saying?
Here's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to find a really private nature trail or something somewhere and go test out the theory. Without the vampires, of course.
Obviously, for safety concerns.
Yeah, but, like, just to see if I can accomplish this. So if you're walking on a nature trail and you see me, like, you might just want to turn around and go the other way, people.
Yeah, some kid, like, some kid 200 feet back, like, look, Mom, bird poop. That's not bird poop.
That's not bird poop. Tyler just unlocked a kink. Maybe.
Facts.
I mean, vampires have been a kink for a lot of people for a long time. Hey, bite me. I'm cool with it.
I've had women wear fangs. I've never had them do it. They just did.
It is hot. It is. I don't know what it is, but it is. All right. Anyways, this Sunday, speaking of, shooting rope. This Sunday is Thanks for Letting Me Nut in You Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fellas out there.
Happy poppies.
So today, we're going to tell you some of our fond memories of our fathers.
Do you have fond memories of being a father? Let's get this right out of the way. Like, what are some of your favorite moments as a dad, like with your kids?
So the easy answer is obviously when they were born.
Right.
My oldest come out pretty uneventful, but it was my first time like being in a room for that kind of thing. I was in the room for when my nephews shot out.
Yeah.
And I say shot out because them motherfuckers come out like a water slide.
Word.
Like, she had been to that rodeo before, so they just pa-choom. But I'd never been present for a C-section. So my oldest was a scheduled C-section. So I didn't really, all I knew is they were going to cut open her mom, and I was going to have to watch, and then the baby would be pulled out. Mm-hmm. So I'm there, and that was actually really hard to be in the room for, is watching them slice her open. Mm-hmm. That was very strange, because I know that she's going to be okay, but watching the act of it, like, there's still that, oh my God, this is happening type thing. So it kind of takes away from the excitement of a baby about to come out that motherfucker.
Sure.
And I didn't have to have the kitty ruined. So, I mean, that was the other thing. Like, well, the kitty ain't getting ruined, so...
The pussy's staying intact.
Yeah. But when that kid, when they pulled them out, they didn't cry right away. But nobody said anything. And then the crying started, the pterodactyl crying. Yeah, it's still alive, I think. I don't know. Oh, hold on, the kid or the kitty? I mean, I'm sure they're both. The kid is definitely alive. I'm sure the kitty's fine. I don't know. I haven't visited that kitty in
years.
Probably 15 years. No, 14. No, hold on. I'm mathing wrong. I haven't visited that kitty in...
Ace is 14, right?
Ace is 14 as of a couple days ago.
So we'll say...
Born...
A minimum of 14 years.
12 years ago.
12 years ago, okay.
It's been... The kitty was fine 12 years ago. I'm sure it's fine today. So, yeah. Do the math. I did the math. Boys today and hope to catch a live. Well, here we are, Josh. So yeah, Ace didn't cry right away, so that like was a oh shit moment. But then it came and it sounded like a pterodactyl.
Right.
And that was the loudest my kid has been since. You've met Ace, very quiet person.
I've tried.
Now the youngest, if you know me personally, you know that I feel like my kids should be wrapped in bubble wrap. I freak out over everything. So when the oldest was getting ready to come out the fucking cannon, they said there was some meconium in the sac or in the fluid. And that freaked me out because they sounded kind of worried about it. But that is simply where, like, I guess the baby shits and it's in the fluid a little bit.
Gotcha.
But I didn't know that. All I knew was something was wrong, so I started crying and tearing up. Not really crying, but I was tearing up, trying to stay tough. You know what I mean? And then Ev come out, just loud as fuck too, loud as fuck. But those were very fond memories. Just seeing my kids come out like alive and crying. Like you never want to hear crying except for in that moment.
Sure.
But yeah.
Nothing since then, though. They were born, you're like, nah, fuck these kids.
Everything's downhill from here.
Fuck these stupid-ass kids.
With my kids, things I'm fond of is Ace being their own person and trying to figure this world out in their way. While it makes me want to beat my head against the wall sometimes.
Sure.
It is one of those things that you are trying to be your own person and make your own way and path and make your own path in life, no matter what society tells you. To me, that's very brave. That's very strong.
Boo.
What?
Boo.
Why boo?
Boo. I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, and I really don't care. I don't think it is brave to be an individual. I don't think it is empowering or strong to be an individual.
I think
I think it is stupid to insinuate that it is. Cool beans, you're a person. Everyone is.
Okay.
Like, and this day and age, especially with everything going on, it's not like
it was 20 years ago.
Wildly accepted now. Like, sure, there might be some people out there who like hate on you or whatever. Yeah, everybody's got haters. Neat.
Yeah, but with the other stuff they have going on, the BPD, the things like that,
mental health and shit aside, like, yeah, absolutely, no doubt. Like, it is a struggle, but to say, like, to be your own individual and making certain choices in your life, like, there's nothing brave about it. It's just you are doing exactly the same as everyone else. I don't think it is brave.
Well, I can say that I didn't have the same struggles they have as a kid. So I don't know how much it takes to go through that in a daily sense. So to me, that is I'm fond of them for. I mean, absolutely being a functioning person with everything they have going on.
Absolutely, I'm not
health-wise.
I will not discourage. I will not discourage Ace or anyone dealing with the struggle, but I will not acknowledge it as being brave.
That's fine.
And because, like, you're not doing anything other than surviving, and fuck, everyone's doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some of us are doing a better job than others, but
maybe, but it's just...
I'm putting your lesbian glove on.
Word?
Could you imagine using those two fingers?
That's to keep them not stinky.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm still listening.
No, that's the end of my
All
rant.
right. Now, the youngest, one of my fondest memories is eating French fries. Yeah.
Okay, elaborate.
So she's eating French fries, and she goes to reach for one, and one doesn't come out when she goes, and she mistakes her fingers for French fries. That was a very proud moment in my life. I don't know why proud, but still a moment that sticks out in my brain.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And then she did the same thing with strawberries. Yeah, I don't know. She thought her thumb was a strawberry. She tried to take a bite out that motherfucker. I don't know.
That's
It happened,
so wild to me.
but it's great.
That's fucked.
I don't know how those are my fond memories, but that's what they are.
It's funny. My dad, over the weekend or whatever, my dad's getting up there. He'll be 70 this year. And he told the same story about me when I was little, like 10 fucking times. And I was like, I walked out, and like, I'll tell you the story. So, when I was little, my brothers were teenagers, and they were both assholes. Like, they were just disobedient, whatever. And Dad would say disrespectful a lot of times. They were out doing their own thing. They're being teenagers. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they were notably very rebellious teenagers. So Dad was really stressed out about that. But when he would get home from work and I was, 4 or 5 or whatever, I'd run to the door and hug my dad's legs. Oh, Dad's home, Dad's home, Dad's home. And that is one of my dad's favorite memories. Well, the other day, he's telling a couple of his friends about this, that's my youngest son, blah, 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 blah. And he tells them that story or whatever. Well, I was in the bathroom and I could hear my dad telling the story. I walk out and everyone turns to me. And I said, I'd still hug his leg, but I'm pretty sure he'd hit me now. And I just walked out of the room, just like left. Everyone got a good kick out of it. That is one of my dad's favorite memories. Now, I have favorite memories with my dad.
And we're going to get to those. Let's take a pause for the cause. And when we come back, we're going to talk about our favorite memories with our...
fathers.
With your father and my fathers. Because I got a lot, apparently.
Yeah, you got more than one. You got more than 2, I think.
Yeah.
See, that's fucking weird.
Yep.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Yeah, and we're back. Happy she let you nut in her day, fellas. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
We're doing good. Mike, thank you for asking. Glad to have you in the comments. All right. Fond memories of our fathers. You go ahead and start.
Ironically, some of the fondest memories of me and my dad are arguments that we've had and the result of said arguments. Because I've been pretty good. Like I like to think that I'm a pretty good sport about getting punished in unique ways. Shut up, Josh. One of my favorite memories is just him getting in trouble for punishing me in a very unique way. I was 13 or 14 years old. Me and Dad are having an argument, which for me, I think is playful. I think it is a very playful argument. Dad, however, is not thinking it is nearly as playful as I do. Mm-hmm. So he has made the hollow threat before that he was going to drop me off at an orphanage many times. He just always said it. So one day, me and him are driving around, and he drops me off at a building. He says, "Get out of the car." I was like, "Where are we?" He said, "You're going to go in there, and you're going to tell him you are home." So why am I telling him I'm home? He goes, "Because that's an orphanage." I was like, "Sure, Dad." He's like, "No, I'm serious. Get out of the car." So I get out of the car. I was like, "What now, Dad?" He gasses it, closes the door, and speeds off.
I like his style.
I look around. I'm confused, and I'm just like, okay. So I walk in, and there's a lady standing there talking to some other lady.
Oh, no.
And she goes, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Yeah, apparently I'm home now." And she goes, "Excuse me?" I was like, "I don't know. My dad just dropped me off and told me to come inside." And she goes, "You're kidding." She goes, "How old are you?" And I tell her. And she was like, I've never had this happen before.
It doesn't work that way.
And I was like, "Can I use your phone? Maybe I can call my mom and convince her to tell my dad to, like, come get me." And she was like, "I'm sure." So I go in, I call my mom, and, you know, I talked to mom for a minute. And she's like, "Well, where are you?" So I asked the lady, "Where am I?" She tells me. I tell mom. And she goes, "Well, I'll talk to your dad." No sooner than me and mom's about to hang up, my dad walks in the house. Mom starts going ballistic. "You dropped him off where?" Blah, 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 blah. You know, so dad, I hear dad in the background. He had a mouth on him. I told him I'd drop him off, make him walk home. And mom's like, "I guess you're walking home." I was like, "Mom, I don't know where home is." And she goes, "Well, she goes, you know where Dixie Highway is, right?" I was like, "I mean, I know Dixie Highway, yeah." She goes, "Follow that home." Okay. So I get off the phone. I walk out, and I said, "Ma'am," I said, "which way is Dixie Highway?" She points, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna head out." She goes, "Where are you heading?" I was like, "I'm heading to Erlanger." She goes, "That's 7 miles away." Neat.
You were over by Redwood, weren't you? Yep. I know where you were.
So I had to walk. I got lost too, because it's not like a straight shot to Dixie Highway. It's a fucking maze to get out of there. So I finally found Dixie Highway. I got dropped off at like 3:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. I didn't get home until almost 10 p.m. Like, it was terrible.
You had a motherfucking adventure.
Bro.
You were like Orphan Annie.
Yeah. I got home and I was like, "What's up, Dad?" And he's like, "How's it going?" And I was like, "Good, I guess." I was like, "I'm hungry because I have no money."
So was this like to be a joke, or was this a punishment?
It was probably to teach me to shut the hell up, which did not happen.
No.
Because quite literally, not a year later, I'm making we're having another argument, and he pulls off to the shoulder of the highway, like a quarter mile. Like, I could see the exit for Weaver Road, and he says, "Get out."
Well, your dad is big on making people get out the car. Huh?
Oh, bro. Like, it was walk it. Like, hoof it, buddy. I'm tired of you. So, got out of the car and fucking waddled on home. Now, that one wasn't as bad because I stopped by the mall. At this point, I had a job, so I had money of my own. So, like, not a big deal. Like, when I got dropped off at the orphanage, I had nothing. I was relying on water fountains, buddy.
Water fountains.
Seriously, like getting up to like Burger King and Wendy's and shit like that, stop in, get a water. Like, "Can I have a cup of water, please?" Like, please, I'm dying here.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
I've been walking since 1983.
In all seriousness, a lot of memories of my dad, like, they're not all punishments and they're not all fucking stupid. Now, don't get me wrong, like, there's been times where dad just made stupid mistakes and, like, I suffered for them.
Yeah,
but
like
we had
the
to
tree.
Yeah, the tree. But no, like, I can sit back fondly. Like, I can remember when I was real little, before my mom started working for the airlines, we would drive to New Jersey like twice a year. And because I don't sleep, and this has been a habit ever since I was born, basically, Dad would be driving, Mom would be in the passenger seat sleeping, and I would wiggle up and sit on the middle console and just talk to Dad the whole ride. Like, once everybody passed out, I would unbuckle and sit there. I mean, I'm like 4 or 5, sitting there on the center console.
Yeah, we did that shit back then.
Yeah, I know. Now you're like, "Oh my God, sit down." But, like, that's what I would do. Like, I can vividly remember just sitting there talking. I could not tell you a conversation we had, but I remember sitting there talking with Dad.
I don't remember wearing seatbelts as a kid. I don't ever remember wearing my seatbelt as a kid.
No, it's not a memory that sticks out. Like, "Oh, I have to be seat buckled."
Yeah.
No. But I mean, no, I could drone on about my father. I love my dad.
Give us one, like, really good one. Like a really like a happy one. Make me cry.
So on the absolute worst night of my life. Well, not the worst night of my life. I was going through some shit. I was 21 years old, and I had decided. Now, this is sorry for sensitive audiences. I decided that I was going to kill myself. I was set in stone. I was ready to do it.
Hey, it's Men's Mental Health Month. This is shit we talk about.
I wrote a note, had everything done, Pat, and I was getting ready to leave. Like everything was set in order. Like everything was good. The note was very plainly sitting on the foot of my bed. And the foot of my bed was smack dab center in my room. So I knew exactly what was up. And I started walking. And my phone rings. So it's my dad. So I answered. I said, hey, I need your help with something. What do you need, Dad? And when it comes to my dad, I damn near drop everything.
Right.
And that's always been the case. So he tells me he needs something. I was like, well, when do you need it? He goes, he's like, can you help me out tomorrow morning early? I was like, well, how early, Dad? He goes, about 5 a.m. I was like, okay, sure. No problem. And this is on a weekday. Like, Dad should be going to work. So I was like, all right, Dad, no problem. So I turn around and I walk home. Like, I even left my car at the house, left my keys, everything. So I fucking walked my ass back home, lay down, and the next morning, I'm up at Dad's house, and my brain is still like, I replaced the note when I woke up, left the house, and the plan was still vividly, like, today's the day. I'm ending it today. Like, I'm going to hang out with Dad for my last day. It's going to be a good day, but I'm over everything. But I get there. We end up not doing anything that he planned. Anything that he told me we didn't end up doing. But he called into work, and we just talked all day long. I couldn't tell you a single thing we talked about. But it was like, I cannot do this to my dad. Like, this man loves me unconditionally. Like, no matter what I do, no matter how bad I fuck up, this man loves me to death. And if I were to die, it would break his heart. And I can't go to hell knowing that I broke this man's heart. And that is a very fond memory of my dad.
Now, did he just know something was wrong?
No.
So it was just the universe kind of lining shit up perfectly, and your dad coming to save the day.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, it was wild. It was like because I got to the house and I remember it being something with this car, and we got it fixed. I mean, immediately. And I'm like, all right, Dad, you're good to go. You can go to work. And he was like, nah. And I was like, what do you mean, nah? Like, you called in for being sick, and you didn't even like doing that when I was a kid. Like, why are you calling in? He's like, let's just go out. Okay, Dad. So we spent, all day from sun up to sundown, me and him.
Nice.
And, like, Mom showed up around 4 o'clock when she got off of work. But, like, that was it. It was just all day long, him and I just hanging out. And just the conversation was endless, and him just, telling me whatever the fuck. I wish I could remember the conversation. But, no, my dad quite literally saved my life.
That's awesome. I don't got any stories that are going to compare to that. No.
It's all right.
Not a single one.
Compare them to the walking home stories.
I got tons of walking home shit, but I don't even know where to start with these, because if you know me, you know I have a biological father, an uncle that might be my biological father, and then I have my dad. So
right.
my dad is my adoptive dad. So let's just start with that. My fondest memory, fatherly memory I have with one of my dads was the day I got adopted.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad, granted, when I say my dad, it means my adoptive dad. He's fairly well known in the construction world.
Sure.
So I'm down at the Covington courthouse, and they're changing my name. They're changing my Social Security card and all that stuff. And we're up on, I want to say it's like the 10th, 12th floor, something like that. It's high.
Sure.
And the person, like the caseworker, says, "Come here," and they call me over to the window, and they point down, and it's right by the suspension bridge. The one, is it the Roebling Bridge? Is that one?
Blue one?
I don't know. It's the one smack dab in the middle of Covington.
I know where you're at. Yeah.
It's the middle bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So a few weeks prior, my dad had that bridge shut down and was working on it. Well, they say, come here, and they point down at it, and there's the grass there is shaped like a big Hershey kiss. And they said, your dad made that for you. He didn't make it for me. You know what I mean? But for the social worker to be like, hey, your dad made that for you, because he did. He's the one that poured all the concrete, all the curb there, made the shape. So, like, that made me feel really special. That was like a big day, and that's one of the few, like, memories from when I was younger that I remember, because everybody's speaking so fondly of him. You know, because everybody knows, like, if you were born in the 70s or before, like, you know my dad. The man, like, just, he's everywhere. So that was probably, like, my fondest sweet memory of him. But there was this one time when he cut half of my thumb off. Yeah, sliced it right down like that.
Well, it must have grew back just fine.
It did. But he cut half of it off, and this is when I think I was like 11 or 12. I was working with him in the summertime.
Yeah.
And I still remember where we were, what we were doing, because, you know, you don't forget half your thumb getting sliced off. We were forming up a front patio. We were getting ready to pour concrete front patio. We're putting the forms up, and he has to cut a board. He said, hold this board. And he took his rusty fucking saw. That was a burp, not me choking up.
I understand.
And he's sawing this wood. And I don't know if maybe, like, I just quit paying attention or if he just quit paying attention. But one of us was not paying enough attention. Probably both of us. And that saw come right the fuck off and just sliced right down my finger. And I just looked at it and started crying. He's like, don't tell your mom. He's like, you won't be allowed to come back to work with me. And I'm thinking, I don't want to come back.
Right. Yeah, not at this time. No, hell
He's
no.
like, we'll rub some dirt on it. We'll fucking wrap duct tape around it. You'll be fine. So, rubbed a little dirt on it, you know, peeled it back up, rubbed some dirt on it, wrapped some duct tape around it. It was fine.
Yeah.
Mom asked me what happened to my thumb, why I had duct tape wrapped around it. I said, ask Dad. Never heard another word about it.
There you
go. That was not the only time he ever told me to rub some dirt on it, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got hurt a lot working with him. So, I'm standing on... Josh says, Dad showed me how to throw a baseball the proper way. I've never forgot it. That's like one of those things dads are supposed to do, right? My dads didn't.
My dad didn't. My dad is barely a football fan.
Yeah.
So sports were not necessarily encouraged or anything in this house.
Josh also says, my dad got mad at me for cleaning up my country accent. Yelled at me for a 3-hour road trip. All in a country accent.
That's a fucking, like, how dare you clean up your heritage?
That sounded like the most racist thing I ever heard.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, it probably was instigated. Maybe, I don't know. I've never met Josh's dad.
I'm sure he's a lovely man.
I imagine so. I'd probably get
with a lovely accent. I like country accents, though. I like all accents, except for our accent. Our accent has nothing special about it. The Midwest accent.
We enunciate more than most.
Is that really special, though?
Yes, it's huge.
I don't know, man.
When other accents don't enunciate, dude, I get on people all the fucking time.
We talk the most normal.
People from New Jersey, people from Boston, people from Louisiana.
Don't you come from my Bostonians.
No, fuck them people.
Don't you come from my Bostonians.
How do so many dumb people come from such a smart place?
I don't know, man.
Exactly. He's dead. Damn.
Oh, well,
he ain't got an accent.
Happy Father's Day upstairs, Josh's dad. So, yeah, there was this one time I'm standing on the back of a dump truck.
Yep.
Right? And with a lot of dump trucks, there is a long 2x8 that goes across it that you're going to take off and put on depending on what you're doing. So, like,
Sure.
you take it off to load shit in because, it drops the side wall some, makes it a lower clearance. And then you put it back on for, to keep shit in. So I'm up there, I put it back on, and I just jump down, just drop down. I don't climb down, I just drop down. But when I drop down just clear of the ball hitch, but not clear enough that it doesn't run up my fucking shin and slice me wide the fuck open on my way down. And you've hit your shin on a ball hitch before. Well, I just run my motherfucking shin across this.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. And do you know what he told me to do?
Rub some dirt on it?
Rub some dirt on it, put duct tape around it.
Hell yeah.
And wouldn't you know?
I've not heard the duct tape thing. I've always heard electrical tape.
We use duct tape. I mean, electrical tape would work, but I feel like electrical tape loses its adhesive quick.
Not when it's stuck to itself.
Whereas duct tape, like, you're lucky to get the shit off once you're good.
Right.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of wounds where I've just rubbed some dirt on it because, I was with my dad. Rub some dirt on it. Now, when it comes to my biological father, I don't remember a whole lot. There wasn't... Because I didn't see my biological father from the time I was 6. So everything before 6 is, it's kind of blurry. And I only saw him out on the weekends or every other weekend or whatever the fucking schedule was. Until I was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember about when I was little is him having me pop the pimples on his back.
Gross.
Yeah, gross. I wouldn't do that now. But for some reason, when I was a kid, I remember loving to do it. But I'd only do it with him. I don't know. I know a lot of people's dads had to have had them do that. That can't be like a my dad thing. Because
me. My mom and my sister would do it, but I wouldn't.
Yeah. Maybe it's a weird thing to have another guy.
I don't even like popping my own pimples.
On your back or in general?
In general.
No.
I can't reach the ones on my back.
Sometimes I'll like go to scratch my back and I'll scratch one. And like, oh God!
Yeah, I'll find one.
And then I'll figure out a way to pop that motherfucker.
Yeah, but like I'll go to work and like I'll walk in and like either the quality office or the shipping office is usually a bunch of women. I'll walk in there and I'll be like, all right, which one of you women like to pop pimples?
You do this at work?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Oh God.
If it's bad enough and it's bothering me, like I've had some on my side or whatever, and I'm inside machines half the time. So like it's rubbing up against something, it's just irritating. So I'll go in, I'll be like, all right, ladies, like who wants it?
Who wants it?
Seriously, and some of them fucking fight over it, dude.
That's funny.
Like there's these 2 older ladies, Shannon and Deborah. They will fight over who pops a pimple. Like it's funny as fuck. And also Deborah likes to touch my butt. She's like 65 years old.
You do have a nice butt, sir.
Yep. She sexually harasses me, and I told her one of these days I'm going to go to HR. She goes, do it as long as you're there with me. We'll call it a date. I said, Debbie, I was like, this is not okay.
All right.
Like, this is not the way to be.
Well, happy Father's Day to all the hard-working dads. Josh's dad worked in a coal mine, so he smashed blackheads on his back every day. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, happy Father's Day to all of you dads out there. That's all we got for today. So, in the meantime...
In the betweens time.
Remember... I just fucked this ending up, and that's okay. Yeah, great minds think alike.
Be a daddy, don't pull out.
Yeah, be a dad, don't pull out. Cue the music, we out.